2021. It is the longest day of the year. It is the first day of summer. It is round 3 of the 2025 Italian F4 Championship right here at the home of the Italian Grand Prix. Good morning, everybody. It simply means that we are live this morning here from Monza on a very warm morning. 40 cars on the grid on the circuit ready to race for the first of 3 times here this weekend. A nice crowd building. Of course, we're part of the 3rd round also of the TCR World Tour here this weekend. Sebastian Weldon from the American state of Florida. He was fastest yesterday through the speed trap, clocking exactly 250 kilometers an hour. That's 155 miles an hour for our friends and fans watching on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean. He also took pole position, and he's down on the grid speaking to Laura Kohler.
Quali, I tried to get out front as quick as I could, as I knew everyone was going to want to try to get that slipstream, and I was able to place myself well. The second quali was a bit more difficult. There was about 5 cars, 5 wide on the back straight, so it was not ideal, but I think overall I did a pretty good job. Definitely try to keep P1, but I know that slipstream's a lot here, so it's definitely not over if I get overtaken. But just get a good start and try to stay in front.
Sebastian Weldon, the Andretti junior driver, started at 2025, his first race in Europe with victory at Misano, the very first race of the year. And he took pole position yesterday with a time of 1:52.034. Qualifying yesterday, the 2 qualifying groups on a scorching afternoon, 34 degrees Celsius today, as we say, the first day of summer. Gabriel Gomez, he won last time out at Rome, and he's now speaking with Laura.
Gabriel, coming off a fantastic win last time out on Vallelunga. So, how do you feel this morning for race 1?
I'm just fully focused for the race. I think our pace is good, and we can fight for our good positions now. The important is to make a good race now and good points for the championship.
Thank you.
We cast our minds back to Vallelunga, the 2nd round of the championship. Gabriel Gomez taking the lead at Vallelunga as they race down into La Curva Grande, Chimney 1 and Chimney 2, as Ki Nakamura Berta and Sebastian Weldon. They clashed in the background. Gabriel Gomez won last time out for the US Racing team. He starts inside 2nd row of the grid. The first 2 rounds of the championship, Misano and Vallelunga, slightly shorter track lengths of just over 4 kilometers. As you look at the Andretti junior driver, Sebastian. So the field was divided into 2 groups for the first 2 rounds of the championship. Of course, with Monza having a track length of 5.7 kilometers and a track capacity of more than 50 drivers. We've got all 40 cars, I should say, on the grid. Sorry for the confusion, coming off the recent WSK International Karting Series where so many of these drivers have raced, including Alexander Bondarev. That is the Ukrainian to the left of your screen. The Williams junior driver to start out of grid 2. The Prema drivers, front row of the grid. Let's go down and hear from the Williams junior, Alexander Bondarev.
So very good qualifying for you. So what's the strategy for this morning?
Yeah, I think the race is long. It's important to stay in the race all the way. I'll try to make some overtakes, but it's important to do the race. There's going to be quite a lot of chaos for the safety cars probably, so yeah, it's going to be important to keep it cool and yeah, let's see what we can do in the race.
Thank you.
Former European kart racing champion, former WSK International champion as well. Alexander Bondarev is also the top rookie, starts out of grid 2. 40 drivers on the grid ready to race here this morning. One of the most famous race circuits in the world, built back in 1922, hosting the Italian Grand Prix every year since 1950, with the sole exception of 1980, when it was raised at Imola for the sole time. That's the Italian Grand Prix. Monza hosting the 2025 Italian Formula 1 Grand Prix, the first weekend of September. That's September 7. And tickets already starting to sell out for what promises to be one of the most spectacular Grand Prix of the year. 40 drivers on the grid. This is race 1 of 3 here this weekend. Round 3 of the 12th season of the world's most competitive junior racing series. As you look at the American Sebastian Weldon, the Cambridge junior driver, the Andretti Junior, grid 1 for race 1 here this morning. This is Alexander Bondarev, who was speaking to Lauda just a few moments ago, the Williams F1 Academy junior driver, F1 junior driver from their junior racing academy, the Spanish-based Ukrainian Gabriel Gomez. What a victory at Vallelunga in Rome last time out for the US Racing team. Of course, they took the title in 2023 with Kasper Stuka. This is Newman Chi from the People's Republic of China. Great qualifying performance yesterday. Grid 4, also for the Prema Racing team. This is Luca Samalisto starting out of Grid 5. Heartbreak at the first race in Vallelunga when he threw away an almost certain third place podium, just understeering so slightly off the circuit into some uphill curves. Max Popov for the Van Amersfoort Racing team. Great qualifying performance yesterday. Grid 6 in this 40-car field for the Dutch team. We go to Andrej Kostic, the Serbian, best qualifying result of the year for young Andrej. With the faith that he can take it up onto the podium. He starts out of Grid 7 this morning. Kabir Anurag starts alongside. Also for the US Racing team, the Alpine F1 Academy junior driver, the Singaporean, out of Grid 8. This is the front row of the grid. Sebastian out of pole position. Alexander out of Grid 2. Gabriel Gomez, Vallelunga final race winner. And best qualifying performance of the season thus far. The Newman Chi car 28 starts out of Grid 4. Lucas Samalisto, Max Popov on the 5th row of the grid. Luca from Finland for the US Racing team. Max, the Grenadian flag from the Caribbean for the Dutch team. Andrej Kostic, best qualifying performance of the season for the Serbian, alongside the Singaporean Kabir Anurag. We go to the Australian Dante Vinci. Salim Hanna, who's coming hot off a victory in the British F4 Series 2 weeks ago at Thruxton. Olivieri in position 11, and David Cosmo Christopher for the PHM Racing team, who took that sensational pole position at Vallelunga. He started at Grid 12. Kim Nakamura Berta, what about the championship leader back on 13? And then the Jensen Motorsport trio of Enia Frey, Bart Harrison and Badr Al-Sulati. Out of Grid 16 is the 2023 Qatari kart racing champion. Ruta out of 17, Powell back in 18. Teo Schroff from Argentina is alongside the 2024 German junior kart racing champion Elliot Weiss. Grid 20 for the Crown Motorsport team. Arthur Lorinaire for the Viola Formula Racing team. Artem Severukian, a victory in the SMP Racing F4 Series 2 weeks ago. Luca Vistoriano, Maxim Ram back on Grid 24. The German for the German US Racing team in car 71. Javier Herrera, El Mexicano out of Grid 25 alongside Alexander Savinkov. Marcus Sata, P5 at Vallelunga, but back on 27th this morning, alongside the French driver Andrea Dupé. JK, that's Jan Koller from the Czech Republic. David Walter back in 30. Ludovico Busso, Il Siciliano, and PC Strange for the AS Andre Slack Motorsport team out of Grid 32. Peyton Westphal, the Californian, she's alongside her countryman on debut in the Italian series, also for the Grand Motorsport team, Andrea Rodriguez. The New Zealander, that's Emily Cotti alongside Nathaniel Berraby. Cornelia Okutska recovering from a big crash in free practice on Thursday. Francesco Coppola for the Techno race team. Kirill Kutskov, no time in qualifying, has to come from Grid 39. And Guy Albag with an almighty task ahead of him. The Israeli out of Grid 40 has to come from the back of the pack. Also, after not setting a time in qualifying yesterday.
Here we go, the first race of the weekend for Italian F4 after a whole day of streaming. I am back for Italian F4 race 1. Thank you to the ACR commentators while I fix my camera just more straight to you. Okay, wait, straight to me. So I'm sitting on this side I know this is confusing. Okay. Oh, that's... Oh. I can't seem to, like, get it straight. The thing is you can't move a brick wall, which is what my camera is standing behind. You can't move a brick wall. You can't move a brick wall back and forwards. I don't know, like, I don't know, more down, I don't know. So you need, like, more down, like that. Okay. Wait. I can probably, like, stuff something behind. Oh, why does that why does that actually look better? Now it looks more sideways. Why does it look more sideways than what it did before? Does that look better? Does that look better, or does that feel weirder? Okay, yes, that's way better. Oh my god, finally I fixed it. Oh, that was killing me. That was absolutely killing me. I just stuffed something in behind. Way better, oh my god. Okay, we're about to get this race underway. Weldon on the front row of the grid. Here, he is actually, wait. I probably should check, wait. F4. Starting grid. Monza 2025 race 1. I've got to scramble. Race 1 Monza, Sebastian Weldon and King Nakamura on the front row. Weldon on pole position. What? No, I do not believe you. Okay, we're about to get this race underway. I am scrambling. Make sure your streams are like this. Oh my god, so much better. Thank you so much. Thank you. We're about to get this race underway. Sebastian Weldon on the front row of the grid. Front row of the grid, Sebastian Weldon. The medical car lines up in behind. Here, the green flag will wave at the back of the grid. And 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go. And it's a beautiful start from Sebastian Weldon, who moves over to the left-hand side to cover off everybody else in behind him. And Sebastian Weldon, what a start as they make their way up into the first corner. King Nakamura on the right-hand side. He moves. Who's that in behind? That's locking up. Oh, nobody goes off. I don't think there's a Prema car. There's an Alpine livery car. There's about 5 cars that have gone off the escape road. And I can tell you this much. That is like an obstacle course. That off-road down there at turn 1. Through the chicane. It is almost like an off-road course down there. So trying to get through there is almost impossible through that off-road course part there. But everybody seems to get through nicely. I think it is still Sebastian Weldon who's leading. No, it's King Nakamura who leads into turn 1. The second chicane, there's a car off. Using the longer part of the circuit down there. But sorry, that's Bondarev who is leading this race over Weldon and Gomez in P3. Chi in P4, Samalisto P5, Maximilian Popov in P6. Bondarev who leads this race there over Sebastian Weldon. I thought it was King Nakamura. He's down in P11. He's moved up 3 spots off the line. The number 51 racing driver up into P11. 28 minutes to go in this race. 30-minute races are still to come. But it is Bondarev leading this race here. Okay, it's so early for me, but it will be back to watch. What? Okay, it's so early for me, but I will be back to watch. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. There, as 28 minutes to go in this one. Here it is. Race lead quickly got taken off by Sebastian Weldon. Thank you for listening to me. I'll be back every stream. Okay, sounds good. Thank you. There, as Sebastian Weldon there sitting in second as they make their run through the chicane. That looks to be what looks to be Gomez. Off-road, there's a car spinning, and then the fence. Car on the fence in the background. That is Alessandro Giusti in the fence. One of them has taken out some of the polystyrene boards down there. So one of them has just made contact with the fence there. Who is that? That's Chi fighting there with Samalisto. Yeah, so that's big. And then will definitely be a safety car here in race 1 for the Italian F4 Championship. As everybody scrambles for positions. And I'm thinking the safety car will get called at any moment, and it has. So the safety car is called here in race 1 for the Italian F4 Championship by ACI Sport. So safety car has been called here in race 1. So big change point for this, and that is a car actually off the road. That is the number 77. I'm not sure who that is, but it's the number 77 off the road, and bring a bunch of gravel onto the road down there. But it all happens really quickly. Bonoslav leading this race over Sebastian Weldon. Bondarev leading this race. The rookie leading this race. Sebastian Weldon, of course, took pole and just seemed to struggle to get off the line just a little bit. Let's take a listen to what the ACI commentators have to say of this.
To the right of your screen, smash. Ruta. Alexander was the innocent victim, seemingly, and that was trying to go, in fact, onto the grass to be avoided by Enya Frey, who was helped. This was Bart Harrison a few moments after. The safety car was deployed out onto the circuit. Rallycross through the Brit, through the gravel at the exit of Lesmo 2. Brings it back on track. Car 77 in position 37. But fortunately for the Englishman, he is at least still in the race. So the safety car picks up the leader, which is Alexander Bondarev, down into turn 1. Weldon in second. This is Francesco Coppola, a driver from Naples in the south of Italy. The team also from Napoli, based at Circuito Internazionale Napoli, simply known as Sano. Coppola is out, and the sole entry for the Techno Race team, who you may remember with Tom Beckhauser, raced with us in the earlier editions of the Formula Regional European Championship back in 2019 and 20. As we see Popov down into pit lane. And also damage to Bart Harrison. So it looks as though he did make very slight contact. The front right, the wishbone, it is still attached, but the car virtually undrivable. That's almost certainly a DNF also for the Brit. Popov with a new front wing. Back into the race, drops right down the order. We'll see where he does rejoin. Good qualifying performance for Max Popov, was consistently in the top 3, top 5 through practice. Started at grid 6, but has just exited from pit lane. Way down the field, this is Kabir Anurag. Popov, in fact, in position 36, behind Cornelia Olkutska. She had a tough run in practice and qualifying. She's had a clean start, though. The remaining pole after the retirement of Alexander Ruta. This is Kabir Anurag. Position 11, just ahead of Alex Powell, who's already made up 4 or 5 places off the start. More than that, in fact, because he started grid 18, did the Mercedes AMG Junior. He's now up into P12 ahead of Teo Schropp, Marcus Sata, who's made a storming start from grid 24. What about the Norwegian? Marcus up into 14th, and the same can be said for Luca Vistoriano in position 15 for the Real Racing team. Remember, Luca.
And of course, King Nakamura, who's just popped himself up into P9. He's moved up nearly 5 positions, our championship leader. He's on to score points in this race. He definitely has pace. Not so much shown in qualifying, though, with probably the worst of the track conditions, what seemed to be for King Nakamura. Berta is not on screen at the moment. This is Hun on screen in P position 6 at the moment, but at the moment it is Bonalav leading this race over Sebastian Weldon, Gomez, Chi, of course Sebastian Weldon last time out had an accident coming together. I think it was with King Nakamura Berta, but at the moment he's leading the championship. Sebastian Weldon at the start of last round was leading the championship, now no longer is, heading into Monza. So that was, of course, the last round, nearly close to 2 months ago since Italian F4 last raced, close to a month or two ago. So a bit of a mid-season break for these drivers. Here, of course, this series running right through to November, and that's also included with the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine, running right through until November as well sometime. So running right through till November is the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine, and also followed by Italian F4 Championship as well. As we take a look at the replay of what has actually happened to bring out this safety car there. So drama into turn 1, a car riding another car just hopped over the top of him and straight into the barrier on the left hand side down there. Bang! A big hit with the wall, bringing up plumes of dust down there on lap 2 of this race. The Italian F4 Championship, 21 minutes to go, of course, supporting the TCR World Tour here this week, and as race control confirming that the safety car will be in this lap. 10 minutes gone in this race, 20 minutes to go. Can Sebastian Weldon try and make a pass for the move on Bondarab, who's leading this race? It's going to be important that he pulls away here from Gomez, Chi, Samalisto, who is sitting in P5, Kozachinski in P7, Nakamura Berta in P9 at this very point in time. But Bondarab, this is going to be an important start for him. He has 20 minutes to go on the clock. 20 minutes plus 1 lap, and the safety car will be in this lap here. And Bondarab leads at the moment as we sit under safety car conditions and wait for the restart of this race here, and eagerly anticipating the restart for this race. It's going to be quite exciting when the race does restart as the safety car pulls away. Bondarab has now got control of the field. He gets to choose when he goes, when he pulls away from the field. As to when he does that is the big question here. He's bunching the pack right up. Yellow flags are still waving. Of course, he can't overlap until the timing line. Of course, you can't overtake until the timing line. You can overlap. But it's just a matter of when Bondarab goes. He's trying to catch Weldon by surprise. He is leaving it to the very last moment in Bondarab, the 27 Prema Racing driver. When does he go? Around the final corner here. When does he put 6,000 revs to the floor? When does he go? You can see the green light. He goes now. Not really catching anybody out as he tries to put some temperature into the tyres and also try and break that slipstream. That will be very evident at the moment. The field pulls away and Bondarab leads into turn 1. That is Gomez down the inside of Sebastian Weldon. Bondarab. Oh, Weldon off the road. Weldon, he will have to give that position back. Does he? He certainly does. But that was Weldon off the road, and the car off the road down there at turn 1. And a car in the gravel here with 12 minutes gone in this race. But that was close. Gomez went up the inside of Sebastian Weldon. Weldon now trying to look back up the inside here. He's lost 2 positions. I think that is Samalisto down the inside. Does he make contact? No, he doesn't. But that was on Han trying to get down the inside there. But Bondurov still leads this race. Chi in behind Weldon as he tries to make that dive. Number 51 of King Nakamura Berta trying to make some moves. Ugh. Making moves every left, right and centre here for everybody as they eagerly try and make their way through the field. The field separated by less than 6 seconds. Here, 6 seconds separates the field. And there's a car off the road, 2 wheels in the dirt. There from someone up the front. That is, I think that's King Nakamura Berta, who just dropped 2 wheels in the dirt down there. See the field completely spread out here as they all try and break slipstream. As there's drafting from the left to the right hand side of the road. Down there, one of the Alpine Academy drivers moving left to right, trying to cover off what looked to be a move. 2 Prema Racing drivers side by side. And it's going to be a draft now to the line. And they're going to be very much drafting down at the back straight. That is actually Chi who's trying to make this move. It's nearly 4 wide as they go down the back, as they go down the front straight. Gomez trying to put a move there on Bondurov for the race lead. As it's 2 by 2 through turn 1 and turn 2, the chicane. I think they were able to keep it smooth, but there's 2 cars there using the escape road down there. Making it now a part of the circuit. Han now being absolutely attacked. It's 3 wide up in front. Who makes this stick? It is Bondurov still. Gomez still leads this. Still stays second. Weldon in P3. But guess who's joined in? It's Sebastian Chi. Sorry, Nyan Chi, who's sitting in P4. And then Samalisto in P5. So it's a 5-way battle for the lead. And it's separated by less than 2 tenths. And then Han back in P6, 2 seconds back. At the moment, the top 3 cars separated by less than nothing. And I don't think there's less than nothing in this world. Weldon moves up into P2, so he takes that position off Gomez, who's sitting in P3. Oh, he's bent strong! And that's Bondurov around and out of this race. The rookie has spun down there at the 3rd chicane on this circuit. The fast left and right, it's taken Bondurov out of this race. What a big moment in this race. Our race leader loses all rear grip, and he's lucky that he didn't get run into. Practically the whole field had to take the gravel to avoid Bondurov. Just got a wheel out on the gravel, and Weldon was so lucky he didn't hit him. Weldon actually had to take the gravel there on the right hand side. You can see Chi getting real sideways as well. And it's a safety car. It's the 2nd safety car of this race. Bondurov, I think, was able to get himself turned around. But he's at the very back of the field. Sebastian Weldon leads this race over Gomez in P2. Chi in P3. I think. I'm guessing 14 minutes to go in this one. Let's take a listen now to the Achi Sport commentators.
The race lead from Gomez Samalisto back in P3. Salim Hanna, Alex Powell. That's why we call him the Jamaican sensation from Grid 18. The Mercedes Junior is now up into P5. This is his teammate, Olivieri, going on through. Wow. Well, the curbs were lowered ever so slightly just in time for last year's Italian Grand Prix. We get word from race control that the safety car will come in at the end of this lap. The curbs have been flattened significantly, which did contribute to last year's Italian Grand Prix being the 2nd fastest on record. Bondurov trying to make the the line as straight as possible. Inside rear, slightly onto the grass, onto the gravel. And the Ukrainian, the former WSK International Champion, the former European Cup Racing Champion, the Williams Junior. He was the top rookie. He was racing in P1. Threw away the race lead Alexander Bondarev has rejoined. He's down in 34th and last position.
The safety car will come in this lap, and it is Sebastian Weldon who leads this race. We just heard there the Actually Sport commentator saying that Maximilian Popov sits in P5 in this race, and this is where Bondarev spun around just one lap ago. Make that possibly 2 laps ago when he spun around. 12 minutes, 20 seconds plus 1 lap to go in this race. Weldon gets to choose when he goes once again. Once again, he'll get to choose when he goes. Sebastian Weldon. As these drivers warming their tyres up, trying to get some temperature into the tyres here. Sebastian Weldon, though, he leads this race. And off he goes. As he makes his run around the final corner here for Sebastian Weldon. This is going to be an important restart here for him to try and keep this race lead. We saw what happened to Bondarev last time we finished this off a safety car. The green flag waves here at the Temple of Speed, Monza. And they run down the back straight. They run down the front straight here. And it is now Gomez who is pressuring Weldon here as they run down the front straight. Sadly, Weldon has the inside line for the first corner. Lose that. Chi cutting the corner. And someone's off down there. I think that's Maximilian Popov. Off the road for Maximilian Popov. And I think there's a car spinning in the background as well. Samuel Lister up into P3. So it was Maximilian Popov that had gone off the road down there. But it's Gomez down the inside. Weldon there stuck it right around the outside to keep the position. And it was Maximilian Popov that went off the road down there at turn 1. And that is 2 Actually Sport drivers side by side there. As they continue to go side by side, do they get pushed off the road? No. But I think Samuel Lister got involved in that. And he certainly did. He got the move done. As they race down the back straight here, Weldon leads. It's 3 wide further back. And just able to keep it there. Just able to keep it under control. But Sebastian Weldon with 9.5 minutes to go in this one. Can he keep this race alive? It's one of the Alpine Academy drivers. I think that's Newman Chi who was trying to get up the inside just then. Looking all over the road. But Keen Nakamura Berta up into P5, our championship leader. Who's being I think, no, that is an Aragu who's being attacked at the moment. And there's a driver dropping right back down the field. I think that's Savristo. And that is Weldon locking up into turn 1. There's been a lot of drivers doing that so far in this race. And I think Nakamura Berta just got a move done there. Oh, off the road. Oh, off the road in a big way. With one of the drivers down there at turn 1. But it's side by side here between King Nakamura Berta and his teammate, the Prema driver of Hun, as they run side by side, as they run into the second chicane of what is turn 6. Turn 6, turn 7, the left and right fast chicane. But King Nakamura Berta, I don't think was able to get that move done. And the car on the gravel, that's the number 39 off the road. And this will cause, once again, another safety car. With 8.5 minutes to go, so this will be the 3rd safety car in this race. Maximilian Popov. Off the road down there at turn 1, from that safety car restart. He's dropped down to P20 from P5. This American sensation down into P20. Look at the sideways moment there from one of the drivers, and that is side by side between King Nakamura Berta and Han. And that's what happens to cause the safety car. And that's down there at turn 1. The Italian F4 Championship bringing the fire to this race here. 7.5 minutes to go. Sebastian Weldon still leads this race. And that is Wies, the German driver. They're stuck in the gravel. 7.5 minutes to go in this one. Once again, another safety car has been brought out in this race. 3 safety cars in this one. Nakamura Berta up into P4. So this is a championship lead driver that is making his way through the field from what is P17 on the grid to P4, up 13 spots for King Nakamura Berta. And it's all because of the safety cars. It bunches the field back up and you get the opportunity to attack once again. That is what's bringing this opportunity alive. Once again, we're going to head up to the Acci Sport commentators to get their thoughts on this.
67 has just taken his Australian teammate, Dante Vinci, Luca Vistoriano. There's Alex Powell going through. That great work, that great start from 18th to 5th coming undone as Elia's car is craned off to the side of the circuit. Consolati going through ahead of David Walter, who's up into 15th place. Brilliant try from David, grid 30 to 15th. A lightning quick but remarkably unlucky driver so far. Former race winner in WSK International Cup Racing for the Tony Kart Racing team. David Walter for the Murphy Racing team, 30th to 15th as we get news again from Race Control. The safety car will come in at the end of this lap. The final 6th of the race in real terms. Just over 5.5 minutes plus 1 lap to race in race 1, round 3, the Italian F4 Championship, home of the Italian Formula 1 Grand Prix on a beautiful sunny morning, the first day of summer, the cathedral of speed. As you look at Arthur Lorimer go through, the French driver for the 3-car Viola Formula Racing team, 27th position ahead of Guy Elbag. He's kept his nose clean from grid 40th up into 28th ahead of the American debutant, Andrea Rodriguez. And credit also to Cornelia Olkutska, who's there still circulating despite a messy race thus far. She's in 30th place. Driver coach this weekend, Lena Bueller, who's hobbling around on crutches after a brilliant podium, the Road to Le Mans 7 days ago. Huge congratulations to Lena, who's here in the paddock on crutches, mentoring Cornelia Olkutska, who had a tough run in practice. The Murphy Racing team driver. She's behind the American debutant, Andrea Rodriguez, in the sole remaining Crane Motorsport car. She's in 30th place. 4:20 plus 1 lap to race. Sebastian Weldon has to do it again. Look at Gabriel Gomez. Made a brilliant restart last time. It is Prema 1, Us Racing 2nd and 3rd. And then the Prema Racing Trio 4, 5 and 6 of the championship leader, King Nakamura Berta. And then the top 2 rookies, Salim Hanna and Yuman Shi. The green flag flies once again. Bet to restart, bet to get away. This time from Sebastian Weldon. But Gomez inevitably picks up the slipstream from the North American. Samalisto having to defend from King Nakamura Berta, who has carved his way up through the field. Nakamura Berta, can he take a podium and even potentially a victory? Great recovery, goes down the inside of Luca Samalisto. KNB, what a drive. He's now up onto the podium from grid 13. Outstanding from the Japanese star in car 51. Samalisto back to 4 from Yuman Shi, Hanna Anurag. And still inside the top 10, the Serbian Andrea Kostic. Gomez on the outside again into the Rocha chicane of Weldon. Gomez out the inside. What a move! Gomez goes through, takes the race lead. Brilliant pass. Gabriel Gomez just sent it. KNB follows him on through. Samalisto fights back. Weldon was in P1 just a moment ago, but now the American who started from pole position, remember, is at risk of not even standing on the podium in 3 minutes plus 1 lap's time. A sensational pass from Gabriel Gomez. Surely that made Gerhard Lunga down in pit lane smile. His Brazilian star is in P1, but look who's come to fight right behind him. What a brilliant drive. King Nakamura Berta from grid 13 is in second place. He's got the pace. Us racing back in P1. And the Prema cars 2, 3, 5 and 6. Anurag fighting with Newman Chi. As Gomez has to defend King Nakamura Berta around the outside of the Alboreto Powerball.
I think he might keep it around the outside. No, he doesn't. He has to stick back in there from King Nakamura Berta. But guess who has the slipstream? As there is going to be 2 laps to go in this race. They're going to drag right back down the front straight. It's going to be 3 wide. King Nakamura Berta, Gomez and Weldon 3 wide as they run down the front straight. And they'll hit the braking zone. Who is late on the brakes? It's Sebastian Weldon who leads into turn 1 and turn 2. Sebastian Weldon leads. That's Samalisto Olivieri who has the fastest lap of the race on this time around. Then Newman Chi being attacked. But meanwhile, Nakamura Berta still looking a champion's drive. Possibly what is to be a champion's win. Quite possibly for King Nakamura Berta. He leads the championship by 27 points over Sebastian Weldon, who was not able to have an amazing weekend last time. Who's that? That is Newman Chi. No, sorry, that is Bondarev. Off the road. Our pole sitter for this race is off the road. And there's an Alpine Academy driver also off the road as well. That is Anastasius off the road as well. As they all run 2 by 2 into the final chicane on this circuit. Side by side there from one of the Alpine Academy drivers once again. Running side by side and gravel and dirt being kicked up. Meanwhile, King Nakamura Berta is being attacked. And what looked to be by Gomez, Newman Chi and Han being attacked. And Hana also being attacked as well. Samalisto just in front of them. And Newman Chi, the rookie P4 at the moment, is trying to keep this position and take the rookie championship lead. Can he do so though? As we've just switched off that battle, Sebastian Weldon this time around is just at the fastest lap of the race. It's 0.7 now, that margin. So Sebastian Weldon could have it this time around. There's yellow flags out there down there at turn 1. I think it's Sebastian Weldon's teammate locking up behind a bit further back down the fields. But Samalisto being attacked at this point by Hana as he tries to keep the position. The margin is 0.5 a second. 0.5 that margin. Newman Chi trying to keep that position over Han. And I think he's just done it. Newman Chi might have just held on. But Villa Gomez, that is Viniala, who is currently also attacking as well, Samalisto. So this battle is just brewing. And Costachistas as well, who's just in this, is just in behind in the Alpine Academy livery. The margin 0.7, Weldon to Gomez. Gomez still looking all over still trying to cover on King Nakamura Berta. This might be a last lap move between these two. It's 0.9, that margin between Weldon and Gomez. There Nakamura Berta pulls out. Covered there by Gomez. There's no room. In the background there's a battle going on. But this is the battle that we're focused on. I'm guessing this time around will be the final lap. I'm going to guess. The margin's just pulled out by 0.4 on this lap. It is the last lap this time around for Sebastian Weldon. He's got 2 minutes of racing still to go. And he's got 3.4 kilometres of this Monza circuit to run by. Sebastian Weldon Gomez, Nakamura, Berta. Of course, Sebastian Weldon last time out in the final. Sebastian Weldon last time out in the final got spun. So he wasn't able to score points, and the same for race 3. So he missed out on nearly 50 points out of 4 races last time out. So he's going to want points this time around. The margin 27 points in that championship battle between King Nakamura and Sebastian Weldon. Meanwhile, battle going on right back down the field. Costa Chisquez, who is being attacked by Vinales in P7. Sorry, that is Anastasius in P9 and Costa in P10. Gomez and King Nakamura, this battle for P2 is brewing. It's 0.4 between those two. Meanwhile, Sebastian Weldon still leads this race. And it's by 0.8 of a second. He might just have this race down pat. He can't make any more mistakes. Sebastian Chi and then Hahn. That battle has just calmed down there for P4. So Sebastian Chi will be the winner of the rookies. Most likely it's down the inside there from Nakamura. He wasn't able to get the move done. And luckily Gomez covered when he did. Sebastian Weldon will take the flag first. He will be race 1's winner for the Italian F4 Championship by ACI Sport. Sebastian Weldon bags 25 points in his championship run as it's squabbled back down, further back down the field. Samalisto takes the fastest lap of the race, 152.399 at the end of that one. The US racing driver there. But Sebastian Weldon takes the win in Italian F4. What a race. Chi in P4, Hun in P5, and Samalisto in P6, who was just lost those 2 positions. He had the advantage in that race of position, but it just wasn't able to happen. Let's send it up to the Archie Sport commentators to get their reaction.
It's the win from Gabriel Gomez. And a brilliant recovery from King Nakamura. So multiple safety car interruptions, but it was still some fabulous racing throughout. Unfortunately, a forgettable morning for Alexander Bondarev. Started out of grid 2, was the early race leader, but ended the race on the side of the circuit. He wasn't the only one. Crashed down into turn 1, eliminating Francesco Coppola, Alexander Ruta, and Frey. Bart Harrison also retired, as did Andrea Dupe, who never did rejoin the PHM racing driver from pit lane. Elia Weiss, an incident down into turn 1, and also Maxim Ram, along with Alexander Bondarev. The 7 retirements from the 40 starters here this morning for the first of 3 races here this weekend. Sebastian Weldon takes the victory, well deserved as well, from Gabriel Gomez, who keeps this championship well and truly alive. The battle between Us Racing and the Prema Racing team, who finished 1, 3, 4, 5. Us Racing in 2nd and 6th place. So Sebastian brings the car back to the pits in P1 unscathed. He gains victory here this morning. 2nd in the series coming into this round of the championship. And the driver from the United States of America wins race 1 here this morning. Weldon takes the victory. Gomez 2nd. Brilliant recovery from King Nakamura from 13th to 3rd. Newman Chi takes the rookie victory from his Prema Racing teammate Salim Hanna. Fastest on circuit, Lucas Samalisto. Dante Vinci. Great drive from the Australian for 7th and 3rd. Rookie home. Kostic, Arnoldag, Olivieri just beats home David Cosma Christopher for P11. Good drive from Badir Al-Solati. Head of Vistoriano Sata Savinkov, Teo Schropp, Alex Powell, and Max Popov way down the order in 17th and 18th position from Ludovico Busso and David Walter in 20th place.
What a race there. Sebastian Weldon, who will take race 1. Now that will very much put him back in championship contention for this round. There, really much putting him back in championship contention for this round. Very much indeed putting him back exactly where he belongs.
Third round of the championship. King Nakamura Berta does still retain the champion.
So there you go, confirmation there. King Nakamura Berta will retain the championship lead at the end of this round. Your thoughts in the chat as to how that race went. I very much did enjoy that one. With all the battles that went on through the field, if you guys, of course, did enjoy that stream, hit the like button, subscribe, because that was very much good. Of course, that's not where it's going to end. It's not where it's going to end for Italian F4. We're going to be back again, of course, from 8 a.m. my time tomorrow for race number 2. But Sebastian Weldon takes the win here for the Italian F4 Championship, presented to you by ACI Sport. Let's tend it now to Lava Cola.
A moment at the second chicane, what happened?
Yeah, it was a bit difficult, especially with the yellows. Everyone was really close together, and I had to use the runoff. But overall, it was a really good race, and I'm really happy with how it went.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sebastian Weldon very much deserving that. From the moment those lights went out, and the moment I said lights out, away we go, he just reacted and moved to the left-hand side of the road. But that wasn't the only thing that happened, because it was a battle down to turn 1 with Gomez, who tried to fend him off, but the first safety car would be called in a matter of moments, with a big incident with a car jumping over another car and into the fence quite heavily. Took a few moments to clear that, and then our race leader, spun. The number 27 Prema Racing driver spun, and in the end, it came down to multiple safety cars that ended up coming out. King Nakamura Berta and Sebastian Weldon, along with Gomez, going 3 wide down the back straight of this Temple of Speed. Very much showing the speed for Sebastian Weldon. But in the end, Sebastian Weldon was just too quick, and he took the checkered flag first, explaining as to why. He's just too quick here for the Italian F4 Championship, and he is on a champion's run. Not so much from the last round. We don't. Sebastian Weldon probably doesn't want to talk about last round after losing 2 races in a row. Not exactly what he would have wanted. But your thoughts about that race in the chat, and how you thought that race went there, because it was definitely a very, very good race. Very, very, very interesting race. We're gonna get ready for the podium. I'm going to get ready to pack up and finish for the day. But yeah, been lovely joining all you guys for the day. Let's now take it to the podium.
For race 2, he stands on position 3 for the third step here this morning after a great drive. Still the championship leader. Home in third place. A great attacking race for the Brazilian, who was briefly in P1. Finishes in P2, the South American for Us Racing. Second for Gabriel Gomez. And another race victory for the driver from Florida in the United States of America. The Andretti Junior for the Prema Racing Team. Weldon wins again, racing for the very first time in his young career here at the home of the Italian Grand Prix. Weldon wins race 1 here at Monza.
E via con l'inno nazionale. Applausi dunque mentre iniziamo con le premiazioni. Dalla terza posizione di Kin Nakamura Berta consegna i trofei Giulio Bess di San Vittorio, presidente.
Nakamura Berta, P3, still with the championship lead. We'll start on pole position for race 2 this evening. Gabriel Gomez second, and Sebastian celebrates with victory here at Monza this morning.
Ed il vincitore Sebastian.
The Japanese driver of Sebastian Weldon will start from pole position, confirming the pace Nakamura Berta has. Unknown to where Sebastian Weldon starts for race 2 is what's going to make it quite the interesting race as the podium wraps up and all these drivers will be getting to spray hopefully some I'm guessing it's not champagne. You wouldn't guess it'd be champagne there, but what a race there, and it's all gone to Sebastian Weldon. King Nakamura Berta will be starting pole from 8 AM tomorrow. See you guys then. Bye bye.